Costa Black Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, I'm Janice Edwards. Thank you for joining me for Bay Area Vista. We have a very special show today. We are talking with award-winning actor Danny Glover. And of course, you know his many movies. I'm sure we all have a favorite one, whether it's from the Lethal Weapon series, The Color Purple, or Witness. We all have any of them. But what we may not know as much about are his entrepreneurial activities. So we're talking today about economic empowerment. And joining us in the conversation is author and entrepreneur Greg Cantrell. He is the executive director of the Contra Costa County Black Chamber of Commerce. So gentlemen, nice to have you both here. Welcome to you. Good to see you.
Thank you, Janice.
Thank you.
I know, Danny, last time I saw you, I was teasing you about Oprah calling you the high and mighty from Beloved. So it's been quite a while since we've talked. And then, Greg, you were fairly recently on Bay Area Vista talking about Capture a Dream.
Yes.
So I'm excited to be here because I understand that the idea for this conversation came about because of conversations you two were having about economic empowerment and a vision for that. So, Danny, like I said, we know your movies, but when it comes to business, you have been involved with a number of businesses. Why do you feel it's so important for people to really focus upon being entrepreneurs these days in this economy?
Well, there's something about entrepreneurship that's really special. If you look at every aspect of the development in this country and economic development in this country, entrepreneurship has played a key role in institutionalizing a kind of mindset that on the one hand often provides an opportunity for the individual and also for the community itself. So you build communities that way. We always hear the stories about the idyllic or special small town that someone grew up in, where someone owned the corner store, someone owned the barber shop, someone owned the drugstore, someone owned the hardware store, and all that. All those things are real, they're images of this country, the images that this country is built on. Where do we find this moment where we have diverted from that? And certainly a great deal of that has happened with the production, the mass production of ideas, and mass production that has occurred in this country, the building of infrastructures that lend to large companies and businesses, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the key things, I believe, that is the soul of any community is the small business owner. And that small business owner, and the way that small business owner has an alliance to himself and the community is an important aspect of not only this country, but I think in terms of revitalized ideas around democracy as well.
And Greg, you've been nodding as he's talking about that, and you certainly meet a lot of people who have the dream of having a business, and they start one and then find a lot of the challenges. So that's where the chamber comes in, really, with supporting.
Yeah, the Contra Costa Black Chamber of Commerce is really established. It actually is part of a U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce. It's actually a movement. There's a network of over 110 branches throughout the country, over 200,000 small business members. So it's a movement that's happening because of the economic issues that we've been facing the last few years, where small business entrepreneurship is never as more important as it is today. It's about empowerment. Kind of the conversation that you alluded to that Danny and I had was around empowerment. How can our communities, I kind of shared with him a statistic about unemployment amongst African American individuals within Contra Costa County. Was the actual overall unemployment rate was 11.3%. Well, you can extrapolate that within an African American community of over 20%. So one of the things that we have to look at is how can we impact that as a community and really get our people back to work. Well, what that really means is, in my perspective, is entrepreneurship. We need to get back to, we talked about his travels in Africa, where in Africa you have marketplaces. Marketplaces is the ecosystem where things are produced, things are bought and sold holistically. So we need to get back to where that used to be. We used to have corner stores. We used to have the ecosystem within our own neighborhoods where we could essentially shop within our own community. That's kind of dissipated. So we need to kind of figure out what is our new ecosystem within the African American community.
Because now what you're talking about is it would be with the web, or it would be an international system that wouldn't be like the corner store in terms of the exclusivity of the clientele, but it would offer some kind of niche marketing where people can say, I want to support these particular businesses, and they're able to do that.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, look, within certain other cultures, they have chosen industry sectors. You have Asians, and let's say the Jews have chosen diamond industry. Pretty much difficult to go to a diamond store without the Jewish community being behind that industry. The Indians have chosen the hospitality industry, where hotels. We have to look at what are our industries that we can kind of define as ours again. We have some natural industries where we're the #1 consumer in those industries, but we don't control the ecosystem within those industries. Hair care would be one of them. So when we start looking at, we have to be more strategic, and we really have to have an action plan within our community where it's a collaborative. And I know that Danny has been involved in some business ventures where he's been trying to foster that and trying to bring that to our community.